Good evening. All right. Welcome to a quick recap here of the Broncos Chargers game from last night. Just want to get on here in 24 hours later, kind of discuss my thoughts, my feelings, my process of the game, pretty much. Broncos get defeated last night, 34-27. And they fall to 9-6 on the year, and the Chargers improve to 9-6 as well. So, real quick, Thursday night prime, Broncos came out pretty good out the gates. Actually, really good out the gates. They were scored on their first couple of possessions, and we'll go over that here in a second. Tom, good evening. So yeah, let's go over this real quick. I'm just going to be kind of a short impromptu. I kind of want to get this out the way because I don't want to discuss it any further than I have to. So as you can see, Broncos 27, Chargers 34. Massively blown opportunity for the Broncos last night. So basically, let's go look over this real quick. First drive of the night, Broncos force a 3 and out. And then the Broncos go on a 10-play, 72-yard drive. Highlighted on this one, Estime. It was a lot of heavy run. I think there were 7 runs on this first drive. Estime picked up 6, and then Javonte for 6. Mims, another run for 3. You can see here Javonte up for 15. Estime with another run. Blake Watson, the guy I mentioned last night in the practice squad that was going to get to play, 7 yards. And then there was a unnecessary roughness penalty on Blake Watson, and then Estime up the middle from the 3. Broncos up 7-0. Chargers respond back pretty well, 7-all. And then Broncos respond on the next drive. Another 12-play, 70-yard drive. This resulted in a touchdown pass to Michael Burton. The Broncos go up 14-7. Ensuing drive, Chargers put a field goal on the board, 14-10. The Broncos, on their third possession of the night, get another touchdown. This time it was Bo Nix to Devon Vele. The Broncos were running the ball very well this time of the night. All right, so 21-10 is the score at the moment. And then the Chargers go with another punt. Broncos punt the ball, and then there's an interception. This was the key turning point of the game. Could have been, because you're up 21-10. Chargers are driving, and Abrams Drain has the interception on Justin Herbert. And then the Chargers force a 3 and out. And this is what I don't like. 41 seconds left. 39 seconds on the play clock. The ball is on the Denver 15. And Sean Payton calls this play 2nd and 13 from the 15. He does a pass, stops the clock. Basically gives LA a chance. And then you've got the punt that turned into a penalty on Tremont Smith for a fair catch interference, which turned into the first free kick field goal for fair catch. So apparently the rule is if you fair catch a ball anywhere on the field, you can automatically try for a field goal. And that means an uncontested, undefended field goal. Hasn't been done or completed accurately since 1976, so that was the first last night. And even though it was 21-13, the penalty with no time left, that set the Chargers up for that field goal. And it really just killed the momentum for the Broncos, because you're looking at this once in 50 years event that was completed. Now, there's been other attempts since 1976, but this one was completed. So you go into halftime, 24-13. You could have been up 2 scores. You get the ball in the second half. Ends up in a field goal. So you get the 3 points back. But, it killed the momentum. This was 24. And the Chargers storm back at this point. They get the touchdown. And I think this is let's make sure we're right here. Yep. And they tried to go for 2, and they failed to go. The Broncos stopped them at the goal line. So then that put this at 24-19. Broncos go 3 and out. Couple 1 run, 2 pass, and it was the other thing at halftime. Peyton was interviewed by the Amazon Prime. Yes, at the moment, it's kind of the percentages have gone down, but still a very popular percentage to make it in. Basically, Peyton was interviewed about, hey, on the back of your play sheet, you have the words "run it." So I don't know what happened, but if you look here, basically Broncos abandoned what was working in the first half. You're up 21-10, minus the field goal, and then you just kind of stop running the ball. And you come out here, the second half drive, you've got, let's see here, 2 rushes, a pass. This is a flea flicker return, pass, run, pass. So they started going more pass heavy, and especially you'll see as you go further down in here. But the Chargers storm back in there, 24-19. Broncos go 3 and out, and then the Chargers score again. And I think this is the drive right here, the 27. Yes, this drive right here is the one where everything fell apart, in my opinion, even worse for the Broncos. You've got a penalty. I think the first penalty here was Zach Allen jumped offside on 2nd and 10, making it a 2nd and 5. And then on 3rd and 5, they stopped him on 2nd and 5. And 3rd and 5, they were able to. There was another penalty, Brandon Jones. No, Tillman dropped offside, but there was going to be a first down anyway. And then Ladd McConkey with the touchdown, and then it just kind of really, just everything kind of like just fell apart from there. But yeah, and this is, I think this is the one here. Maybe this is the touchdown drive here also, but there was a roughing the passer call on Stannard. I think this is it right here. It's the same drive. I'm not seeing the penalty in here, but it was like a 3rd down and 5. Yep. And it just killed the Broncos. But penalties, they abandoned running the game. It was so, once it was 27-24, I mean, and this is the thing too, like 1st and 10 here. This is after the couple punts between both teams. You got Bo Nix takes a massive sack here at 2nd and 20, estimate up for 7 yards, and then a pass to Lance Cruel for 7 yards. It just, the second half, Sean Payton got out coached by Jim Harbaugh. And the more I think, yes, the NFL rulebook can be very outrageous. I think, and I'm trying to figure out where that Justin Stannard play was, because basically Herbert gives himself up, and Stannard comes in and slightly hits him. Oh, here you go. This is it right here, actually. This is a horse collar here. This is the touchdown. I think for them to go up 27. Yep, this is right here. I'm looking at it right here. This is the Justin Herbert horse collar. So basically, Cooper horse collared him, but at the same time, Herbert's got his face mask, his hand up into Cooper's face mask. So I don't know. They called the penalty on Cooper. But anyway, that happened there. And the last touchdown, it just fell apart. And I think Bo Nix on the night had like an average of 3.4 passes, yards per pass, which is preposterously low this year. And I'm not as upset about this game on its face value. If you just said, hey, the Broncos lost to the Chargers, okay, I probably would have expected. I did pick the Broncos to win this game because I had a feeling, but at the same time, if you have the game on its surface, I'm probably going to say, yeah, that you're probably right. The Broncos do end up losing this game. But if you tell me, oh, yeah, by the way, the Broncos are going to be up 11 and blow it, then I'm looking at you like, oh, God. So obviously context is everything when it comes to um, but we got some highlights here we can show real quick. Decent amount. Let's go ahead and pivot. But yeah, this is just kind of impromptu. I just want to kind of get the review out of the way, and then next week, Christmas is coming up and everything. But yeah, so let's take a look here. This is the Estime touchdown. Really good running the ball all day. It's up the middle. Boom. Nice. Good blocking. This is the first touchdown of the night. And just really good because this was Estime's first NFL touchdown as a rookie. And it's just it's really good to see him get that. Let's go to the next play. We've got previous play. All right, this is the Justin Herbert to Jordan Palmer. Let's see what the Broncos defense did on this one. This is a 3rd and 2 in the first quarter. And ball snapped. Jordan Palmer's number 5 here. Safety up here. Linebacking is right here. PJ Locke's up. Other safeties here. Let's see what we got. And boom. PJ Locke had bit in there. And let's see where PJ Locke was even set up in the beginning of the play. So PJ Locke, number 6 here. You should have picked up this coverage here on 5. He sneaks in. I don't know why. But yeah, he just got, I don't know what his assignment was on that one. But we'll go to the next play. This is the Michael Burton touchdown pass. You can see Bo Nix is going to do a rollout here. Fake it to Javonte, and Burton's going to come up here and get it. Oh, and good play. Yeah. Let's see. Next one. This is the Bo Nix to Marvin Mims for 53. All right. Mims is right here, 19. He's going to go in motion. You can see the play set up. Lines up next to Nix. And then he goes in motion. Nix hikes it, throws it to Mims, and then Mims, little Jordan Humphrey and Lance Kroll, good blocks, and then Mims is up for the races. Doesn't result in a touchdown, but it's a big play. And this is the thing. It's a 53-yard pass. That was really more of a 1.3-yard pass. So there's that. And this is Nix to Vele for a touchdown. Here's Vele here, 17. Ball comes up and gets the corner to bite on Atkins, and boom, outdoes the safety. And this is the Abrams drain pick that should have technically, if the Broncos are smart, kneeled the ball, go to halftime, 21-10, keep it moving. But Sean Payton got a little greedy. Drains right here, 31. Herbert, and boom, he jumps the route. Yes, really good there by Abrams Drain, the rookie. All right, so Gus Edwards touchdown for the Chargers. This is third quarter, 24-13 Broncos are up. This puts the Chargers down 24-19 before the 2-point conversion. It's a run. Gus Edwards, boom, good blocking by the Chargers. There you go. Very good. So this is the Herbert touchdown pass to Dominic Davis, number 12. So he's coming from being in motion. Gets set up. They hike it. Gus Edwards out trying to hit to the flat, and then boom, It's almost like PJ Locke. Second time PJ Locke's been picked on. I'll have to go back and look at the all 22, but Locke did not have a good game. Number 6, PJ Locke. Yeah, so 27-24 at this point. This is Justin Herbert. This is Drew Sanders. I think this is Drew Sanders' first sack in the NFL, too. He's been a rookie that has had some injuries. Excuse me. Number 41 blows it up. Boom. There's a big sack for 11 yards. And this right here, this was the 3rd and 9 that turned into a 4th down that Broncos really couldn't capitalize on this play. But this is, you're still in striking distance, fourth quarter, 7 minutes left. And then this is kind of the dagger. So this is later on in the game, 4th quarter, 1st down and 10, 43-yard run from Gus Edwards. But the Broncos decided to not go for on a 4th and 5 from, I think, the 45-yard line, and ended up being the last time they saw the ball until the last part of the game, which was kind of out of touch. There's another PJ Locke getting burned up. But yeah, it's the difference between the Broncos and the Chargers. Second half, just adjustments. I feel like Harbaugh coached drastically better than Sean Payton did. Sean Payton, I don't know what happened between the first half and the second half. I don't know if the Amazon reporter spooked him. I don't know if the other side of the play sheet said run it or throw it. No idea. But it was a pretty much disappointing night, especially considering you're up 11. If you win, you go 10 wins, and then you're sitting there at 10 and 5 with the Bengals and the Bengals and the Chiefs left on the schedule from Rosie. Yes, the NFL playbook, the NFL rulebook has a lot. But yeah, it was just kind of a disappointing night. Not as disappointing as the Chiefs game, which the Broncos had the field goal blocked at the end. But with that being said, yeah, so as far as the passing charts go from the game, let me find it real quick. Yeah, let's go right here, Game Center. Yeah, Bo Nix it just wasn't a good day. And let's see, I'm going to present this one. This will actually get a little bit more of a Amazon does excellent. Excellent. Amazon is really good because it has this all 22 camera. So pretty much it shows you pretty much the play develop. Holly doesn't like watching on it, but I love watching on it. Let's see here. There we go. Real quick. And this is the problem with Bo Nix. If you saw last week against the Colts, he didn't pass many passes past 20 to 30 yards. He attempted 2 on Thursday of 10 to 20 yards, 5 attempts, everything pretty much line of scrimmage, a lot of screen plays. He was 29 of 40, 263, 2 touchdowns. It goes into what Bo Nix was at Oregon, though. He was a big screen guy. Doesn't mean he can't throw the ball deep, but the 10 to 30-yard passing game has kind of disappeared. If you go back and look at the stat sheet, and we can do that right now for the the Browns game, it's a different story. You're looking at week 14. It's really been 3 weeks since the Broncos played on Monday night. How about that? But you look here, he had 7 passes of 20 to 30 yards deep. Just drastically different. Even here, I mean, I don't know if they're scheming him differently. I really don't have that answer at this point. But hate the Chargers. Props to them on the winning the night. And it's just one of those deals where just Jim Harbaugh out-coached Sean Payton. The Broncos have to commit to running the football. They were very good on Thursday night running the football, but they stopped doing it. And it begs the question, and Sean Payton, I know a lot of people complain about, I do a lot of Arsenal stuff, and a lot of people complain about how Arteta answers questions. Sean Payton's 10 times worse than anything Arteta is going to say. There's a clip running around right now where Jeff Legwold asked Sean Payton about the health of Patrick Surtain. Well, he just was like, yeah, I like Pat. He was not going to talk about injuries. But long story short, but yeah, basically disappointing night. The Broncos had the Bengals next week. I'll try to return Thursday next week to discuss it. But as far as the Amazon, I want to come back to this comment. Amazon was really good coverage. You got Kirk Herbstreit on there, and you got Al Michaels. They have the next gen, the All 22. So they do a lot of these AI related, like, hey, we think the pressure's coming from here. It's a little bit more detailed way to watch the game. They break it down better, I think, than anybody else does. I'm not going to say Amazon potentially will one day get the NFL ticket. Shall we say YouTube TV has it right now, but it wouldn't shock me. But also they do a really good job just presenting that one game. And, Kirk and Al do a really good job with it. And it's the Thursday night games this year have been pretty decent. I don't watch all of them, but I prefer the Thursday night game over the Monday night game as far as entertainment value, just because you're closer to the end of your week. Friday's the next day. That's one more day of work. The Thursday night game is not that bad. With that being said, the Broncos are going to take on the Bengals 4:30 next Saturday. And then we'll see what the Chiefs game is, whether that's flexed out of Sunday and becomes a Saturday game. But with that being said, I appreciate everybody for coming by tonight. I guess I wanted to just kind of get this quick over with. And they've got to rebound, man. I mean, it's a tough loss to take, when you're up 11 and you blow a lead. Like, it's, I just I got to put this on Peyton. The defense, there's definitely some poor tackling that was shown on Saturday. Like, absolutely some poor tackling. But honestly, like, you definitely have to sit there and argue that defense didn't play as good too. But when you're running the ball and you're successful and you stop doing it, like, what are we doing here? So the Broncos will rebound. Again, 9 wins on the year, 6 losses. Still feeling really good about this team. I don't know how far they're going to go in the playoffs. I don't think that's really a concern right now. But this is exactly what happens. The expectations raise once you see more of the playbook, right? You come into a year and you're like, all right, if we can finish 7 wins, Bo Nix is a good quarterback and we've got ourselves set up for the future, then you're like, okay, great. And then all of a sudden you get to 8 wins and then you get this greed and you're like, well, why can't we do it this year? So like I said earlier, on the surface, if you told me the Broncos lost to the Chargers, I'd probably be like, okay. But once I know the data point of how it happened and the fact that you saw a rule implemented or someone cashed in on a rule that hasn't been successful since 1976, I mean, it's one of those like, what moments? I had no idea the rule existed. I'd never heard of it before in my life. And anybody that told you they did is lying to themselves. So, but yeah. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Christmas is coming up. We'll be back Thursday. And thanks for stopping by. Let's see here. We shall be back soon. We will be back next Thursday. And everybody take care.